What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Berm, and today we are hitting the VGC Series 1 ranked ladder with this Brambleghast Tailwind team. Before I jump into exactly how it works, if you wouldn't mind liking, commenting, subscribing, don't make me grovel. I'll do it. I got no problem with it, but just don't make me grovel. I'd love a comment. I'd love a like. I'd love for this video to reach a lot of people. And the only way that's going to happen is if you're interacting with all the little buttons below this very screen, so please go for it. I'd appreciate it. And a lot of my viewers are not subscribed. We're making weird teams all the time, okay? And the only way to get all of those weird teams, and the only way to be sure you never miss a video or miss a weird team or miss a rental code before I have to delete it to make room for new ones, is to subscribe and hit that little bell, wherever the hell that thing is. Gang, I'm so excited for this team today because, I mean, look at some of the mons we're using. It's a little silly. It's a little silly, but I promise it'll all be worth it. To break the team down very quickly, we have Pelipper. I've been using a lot of rain teams lately. The only Pokemon with Drizzle in the game right now is Pelipper, so please forgive me for that. But I've been finding a lot of good use for Pelipper, and if you missed the San Diego regionals, you also missed that Pelipper showed up a lot and did a lot of stuff. It was definitely the most used, like, flying type weather setter, best, like, really great tailwind setter, and so that's partially why we're using it today. We're holding a Wiki Berry. We are a combination of special attack, HP, and speed. Speed enough so that we can outspeed like Meowscaradas in Tailwind, so that we can Hurricane them before they deal damage to us. And our moves are Hurricane, Tailwind, Icy Wind, and it is not Wide Guard. In fact, it is Hydro Pump. This Pokemon is going to be doing some damage. It's not really used for support besides the Tailwind and the Icy Wind, obviously. And actually, we are a Terra-type Electric, weirdly a good defensive typing for Pelipper. Nobody's going for a ground move straight into Pelipper, so you can be sure to get rid of all your weaknesses, gain the resistance to Electric that Electric Terra-type provides. I don't Terra this Pokemon a lot anyway, but just so you know, that's the reasoning behind the Electric Terra-type. We have Big Al, the Brambleghast. My buddy Big Al, this is his favorite new Pokemon in the gen, so hey Al, if you're watching, love you buddy. Terra-type is actually Steel on this guy, and this is a max attack, max speed, jolly Brambleghast. With Wind Rider, we'll talk about that in a second. We got Phantom Force, Power Whip, Protect, and Shadow Sneak. Gang, Wind Rider boosts the attack stat if Tailwind takes effect or if the Pokemon is hit by a wind move. And the Pokemon also takes no damage from wind moves. So basically, under Tailwind, we get an attack boost. And this Pokemon has a really, really nice attack stat. But basically, Tailwind, because of some of these new abilities that they've introduced in this gen, Tailwind kind of becomes its own weather in a weird way. There are Pokemon that interact with Tailwind kind of like certain weather-based abilities do, which is kind of cool because it's a weather that can act at the same time as other weathers, meaning Brambleghast benefits from fire moves being weakened by rain and can also benefit from Tailwind like a normal weather ability Pokemon can. Hopefully that makes sense. And it's completely immune to oncoming wind moves. You're going to have to look up a list of all the wind moves. I don't remember all of them exactly, but it's things like Hurricane, it's things like Heat Wave, it's things like Blizzard, it's things like Icy Wind. A lot of wind moves don't actually hit Brambleghast at all. And a lot of the moves I just named, you'll notice, are moves that Brambleghast is weak to and that you do see in VGC. So kind of a cool thing. Your opponent has to be really careful about how they go about trying to knock out Brambleghast. We have Garchomp. This is a classic Garchomp set, gang. Earthquake, Dragon Claw, Rock Slide, Protect, Rough Skin, max speed, max attack. And this Garchomp is ground Terra type with safety goggles, so we can't be put to sleep. That's the idea there. We have our Meowscarada here. Focus Sash, Terra type Grass. It is Terra type Grass. We have max speed, max attack, Jolly Nature with Flower Trick, Petal Blizzard, U-Turn, and Sucker Punch. Obviously, Protein, very, very good. Changes our typing to the typing of the move being used. It makes it a mono type, right? So you can avoid things like being weak on your grass side by going for Sucker Punch and then turning into a dark type, or vice versa. It would be more fun if I had a more diverse set of moves here, but it still boosts and gives stab, and it can still be used defensively in a couple of different ways. But the big thing here is that Meowscarada, one of the fastest Pokemon in the meta, Petal Blizzard hits everything on the field. Petal Blizzard is a wind move, everybody. And because it's a wind move, it actually boosts the attack stat of our Brambleghast and doesn't hit it. So really, really fun to do. It'll hit it before it moves before Brambleghast, and then Brambleghast hits. It's pretty fast itself, so it'll pick things up right after that. And if you're behind Tailwind, everything is definitely going before your opponent, and you can really start to pile on some real devastating damage before your opponent can even move. Kilowattrel in the same vein. We have Assault Vest on our Kilowattrel, and it's actually Terra type ground. This Kilowattrel's max speed, max special attack here. And the way that this Kilowattrel works is Thunder, Terra Blast, Volt Switch, Hurricane with Wind Power. Wind Power. Sorry, ignore that nature. That's not the nature. Wind Power is a ability that basically the Pokemon becomes charged when it is hit by a wind move, boosting the power of its next electric type move. It gives you basically the status of charge when you're hit by a wind move. This Pokemon is not immune to oncoming wind moves. It doesn't work exactly the same as Wind Rider does. And ultimately, you could certainly argue that competitive is still a better ability, even on this team, even in this very scenario. You could still argue that Volt Absorb is a better ability. This Pokemon has a lot of good abilities, but I just wanted to sort of test this. I wanted to see how it worked. I wanted to see if we could boost, like if we could actually get some things going here by boosting our electric type moves. And, you know, your opponent sees Kilowattrel and assumes it has competitive. So it might not bring its Intimidators, and then ultimately you don't get to use competitive. We are in control of whether or not we hit our Kilowattrel with the Petal Blizzard. And additionally, this also works if you go for Tailwind while Kilowattrel's on the field. So just going for Tailwind when it happens, it doesn't actually have to be hit by the move. Just when it happens, it also gets that electric type boost for the next move. Pretty cool. I have not actually gone for Petal Blizzard a single time. We might not do that in this video with Kilowattrel, but the Tailwind is totally something that can happen while Kilowattrel's on the field, and it's actually a full offense Kilowattrel that'll hopefully live some stuff because of the Assault Vest. And the Terra Blast ground is a really great way of dealing with Golden Go, dealing with other things that otherwise think they might have a pretty good time against Kilowattrel. Finally, we have this Pokemon here, Lumineon. This Pokemon shows up on everybody's list whenever there's a list of like, what's the most forgettable Pokemon? What's the worst Pokemon that exists in the entirety of Pokemon? Lumineon shows up on these lists, and I need to tell you guys something. This Pokemon gets Storm Drain. You see it there on the screen. That's not what this Lumineon actually is. Storm Drain is an insane ability that you can never underestimate. The ability that we have is Swift Swim. Okay, we are Water type, we're Grass Terra type with Citrus Berry. This is the only Swift Swim user that gets Tailwind. You can go so fast, act first, set Tailwind, and then Pelipper goes next. You also get Icy Wind, you also get Air Slash for flinch chances. You can Air Slash into your own wind-powered Pokemon to boost their stuff. And because we have a Grass-type Brambleghast, a Grass-type Meowscarada, and an Electric-type Kilowattrel, we can soak things before those Pokemon even move. Because under Tailwind, with Swift Swim, Lumineon is the fastest thing on the field, and you can soak things and then hit them for super effective damage. My goal in this video is to prove to you, in at least one battle, that Lumineon deserves to be nowhere near your worst Pokemon or most forgettable Pokemon list. I use weird Pokemon on this channel, and if I pull this off, I need you to tell your friends, because this is a little bit ridiculous, but we're going to make it happen today. That's how the team works. That's how it goes. I'm so excited to use it. I've used it in a couple of practice battles, and it's so much fun. I think you'll enjoy it too. Rental code, PokePaste are in the description below. Also, time codes in the description below in case you want to skip to a certain battle or you want to skip the intro that I just did as you're listening to it now. Too late for that, I suppose. But again, like, comment, subscribe. I'd appreciate that. Brambleghast Discord, link to that in the description below. Come join, come hang out with other viewers of the channel. And without any further ado, let's hop into our first battle here, shall we? We're going up against Nico. Nico has a Revavroom on their team. That makes me want to bring Garchomp, but I also don't want to take the bait. Like, I kind of feel like they have the stuff, like they have so many things off the ground that they're probably also Terra Flying, which is what I did with my Revavroom team. I don't want to assume. And then they also have the Sylveon, so like they are ready for Garchomp. So part of me doesn't want to take that bait. I kind of love to go Pelipper and Lumineon to kick things off here. And then we can go Brambleghast can hit things hard. And maybe it's just Kilowattrel in this one. Although... No, it's... What am I talking about? It's definitely Meowscarada. Because Meowscarada can U-turn the Hydreigon. It can, Flower Trick the Rotom. Petal Blizzard also doesn't do, Petal Blizzard does some serious damage to your opponents, too. It's not a... It's a spread grass move that still does good damage, even if it's not Flower Trick damage. Ooh, so many shinies. Okay. They're going to get Tailwind immediately, so part of me is like, should I even do that? Ooh, and we also have Wide Guard on Pelipper. That was a mistake. It should not be Wide Guard. That should be a different move. In the rental code, that'll be Hydro Pump for you. Worth noting, Big Al, by the way, which is the name of my Brambleghast, in case you missed that. Big Al is the person who produced my theme song, wrote and produced my theme song. We have a lot to thank Big Al for. So let's Hurricane the Talonflame. I guess I'd rather that be a Hydro Pump again, but let's Tailwind right now with Lumineon. If I need to, I can also always just soak the Revavroom and make it weak to the things that I want it to be weak to. They're going to shift gear, though, so that's pretty threatening. We crit on the Hurricane, which shouldn't have mattered because, again, my Pelipper is pretty especially offensive. Let's just Icy Wind stuff. Lumineon should move before Talonflame now because they're under Tailwind, but I'm under Tailwind and Swift Swim. So yeah, Lumineon should be moving before Talonflame, and we can also Icy Wind to lower the speed on that Revavroom that it just got. Lumineon just goes so fast. Once you set that Tailwind, it's like quadruple speed. It's crazy. Poison Jab into my Lumineon, who's going to eat that like a champ. Activate my Citrus. And let's just get another... Yeah, let's just get another speed drop. Not bad. Actually, that thing's not dropping speed. So that thing must be Clear Amulet, and I missed it on the first Icy Wind. Interesting Pokemon. I can Wide Guard. Annoyingly, I can Wide Guard. I didn't want to have. I wanted to have a Hydro Pump, not Wide Guard. But we can do that right now. You won't be able to do this, but I can do that to stop the Hyper Voice boost at least. And that gives me the opportunity to soak the Revavroom, which is what I think I want to do. I think it's kind of my only way of stopping the Revavroom is to like soak it, make it water type, and then Meowscarada gets dropped to Focus Sash, but then can KO. And they actually just Calm Mind in my face. Dear God. Okay, scary. Good. My opponent's just boosting everywhere. I have faith that Brambleghast can do a lot of damage to... I have to Wide Guard again. I cannot let them Hyper Voice me because I need to... They could just Quick Attack me, can't they? If they have it. Then I might be done. We have to Flower Trick the Revavroom. They won't have Quick Attack and Calm Mind. Brambleghast can do a lot of damage to that Sylveon. I need it to, so it can. I need it to, so it can. They're just going to Baby Doll Eyes my Meowscarada, which is a really weird move because I I'm using Flower Trick, so I'm going to crit. Oh, they hit me with the poison, which that might be it. I was kind of banking on still having Meowscarada here. And we don't kill the Revavroom. And we lost Tailwind. Okay. But so did they. Here's what we got to do. I have to Tailwind with Pelipper. I have to Terrastalize. And I can Shadow Sneak the Revavroom. We're in a weird situation where we can actually get a lot of benefit from my Steel Terra type on Brambleghast. What are they terraing? They're going Steel type. Okay, that's fine with me. Yeah. We would completely be immune to any poison jabs that the Revavroom wanted to go for. We're going to move first because of Shadow Sneak priority. But we're also going to resist whatever if they go for like a Hyper Voice with the Sylveon. Now they're at +1 with Sylveon. So they're still going to do a ton of damage even if I resist it, but it might be a difference between us living and dying. And they just Helping Hand. That's great. Wait, we might pull this back again. Hey, buddy. Clearly you've never seen a Brambleghast before. Didn't know I could do that, did ya? And this Tailwind gives me the attack boost, too. With, Ooh, okay. Tailwind gives me the attack boost. With Wind Rider. That's some good stuff. What actual chance do we have of hitting... or of killing the, Sylveon, do we think? Rotom comes out, but Rotom has to protect, right? Like, Rotom just has to protect. So I kind of want to double into Sylveon. I don't want to Phantom Force because that just takes away too much time for me. I have to Power Whip. We got to double into Sylv. They're going to Baby Doll Eyes, drop my my attack boost, but we still had a pretty good attack boost to start with. We hit the Power Whip. It doesn't kill Sylveon. We need the Hurricane to hit. Dry Hurricane hits. Okay. Okay. What's the Rotom doing? It's going to T-Bolt into my Pelipper. Great. That's fine with me. Pelipper, you did your job. Oh, that play was so important. That was so cocky of them to go for the Helping Hand into whatever the Revavroom was going to try and do there. Now we just need to hit this Power Whip. Okay. Okay, Brambleghast. Oh, yes. That feels good. It worked out. It worked out. So much fun. So much fun. Brambleghast really powerful damage there at the end. What can I tell you, gang? Lumineon did Lumineon things. Brambleghast did Brambleghast things. I cannot be happier about that one. Good game to my opponent. Very interesting. My opponent has a Frosmoth team that I think also utilizes Trick Room somehow. And by Trick Room, I mean they don't have a single fast Pokemon, besides maybe the Frosmoth is a little fast. It is interesting. The nice thing is that we can't be... Look, I could kind of go Brambleghast and Garchomp maybe, because they can't actually Rage Powder me if that's how they're banking on setting up. We definitely Brambleghast and Garchomp, because they're either going to fake me out or they're going to Rage Powder me. And if they fake out they can't fake out Brambleghast, but if they fake out Garchomp, they take rough skin damage. And if they Rage Powder either of my Pokemon. Neither of these Pokemon get affected by Rage Powder. And I would do... We don't have Knockoff. Knockoff would be great to stop the Farigiraf, but we don't have that option, so we're not going to do it. I think this time we don't go Rain. I think we just go... Oh, but that means we don't get Tailwind. That's all right. We still have Petal Blizzard as something that we can do to boost our own Pokemon here. You kind of have to pivot how it's going to work out against certain hard strategy teams, and like hard Trick Room is something that's like, all right, maybe we don't get to do the thing that this team is built to do. Maybe we just sort of improvise a bit. So we're going to try and do that today. Farigiraf and Frosmoth actually lead. Frosmoth, please go for Blizzards. Oh, please go for Icy Winds and Blizzards. That'd be so sick. We're going to double into Farigiraf right away. I don't care. And I could Dragon Claw, but they have Wide Guard potential on the Frosmoth. Or sorry, I could Rock Slide, but they have... Yeah, so I'm going to Dragon Claw instead. I'm just going to do it. I don't want Trick Room. No Trick Room at all costs. And then we don't even need Tailwind. They do not try to go for the... They don't try to go for the Wide Guard, and we miss our Power Whip. And they go for Quiver Dance in front of my face, which means, are they not going for Trick Room at all? Someone help me understand that one. Okay. Strange. I'm going to Terra my Brambleghast here, and I'm going to Power Whip again into the Farigiraf, and now we're going to try and Rock Slide with Garchomp. Because I think Garchomp's going to be slower than that Frostmoth. They just went for Quiver Dance for some reason. I think there's a pretty good chance that I get this Rock Slide off. If they don't go for Wide Guard on this turn, they Quiver Danced and Trick Roomed in the same turn. It's a play. Hyper Voice does a lot to Garchomp, gets a crit on him, yeah. But we resist it with Brambleghast. I guess we would have been completely immune to it a second ago. Power Whip hits that time, it kills, so it would have stopped Trick Room. But maybe we didn't want that, because suddenly we're working under Trick Room, and it's working really well for us. So, you know, sometimes you have experiences on the ranked ladder that just happen. Sylveon's going to come out. And so is Amoonguss. So the Sylveon could just Hyper Voice, obviously, but my Brambleghast does still resist that, and we can still go for a powerful Power Whip into the Sylveon. And I could just protect Garchomp for a turn. I think I'd do that instead of showing my cards that I am... instead of showing my cards right away that I am Safety Goggles. Although I'm going to be Earthquaking anyway. Now the play is just to stall out Trick Room, and then Earthquake is my way of defeating the Sylveon, right? Or it could be. They try to Spore into my Protect. And they Terra Fire my Brambleghast. That is a little bit disheartening. But I'll tell you what. Meowscarada comes in here. And maybe they try to do the same thing. And if they do try to do the same thing, and don't hit my try to go for my Garchomp right away, like I can't believe they have to Hyper Voice here, right? Like they have to. So there's 2 more turns of Trick Room left. I could swap out into... You know what? I have to swap out Garchomp. We're going to Flower Trick right now. Or no, sorry. They're a Fire type now. We're going to Sucker Punch the Sylveon now. And we're going to switch Garchomp out. And if Kilowattrel goes down, Kilowattrel goes down. But it's also equipped with a Assault Vest. So it could live here. It might get put to sleep, but whatever happens, Garchomp now gets out of Trick Room. They try to Rage Powder. They cannot. Because we did not turn into a Dark type yet. There's the Dark type. And now we get to attack. So Rage Powder didn't affect us there because we were a Grass type when they used it. And they do now go for the Hyper Voice. And they do get now a a boost. I think I Sucker Punch the Sylveon still to get its damage down. And I attempt to Hurricane the Amoonguss to get some HP down. They're just going to Quick Attack my Meowscarada. And I guess they're going to Spore my Kilowattrel. I'm pretty okay with that. Because since we're under Trick Room, I now get my mandatory sleep turn right there. And Kilowattrel can start waking up again as soon as we move first on this turn. The biggest thing here is the Sylveon going to try and just Quick Attack my Garchomp? If they do and they get it, that's trouble. Like, they got to assume that I'm going to Earthquake here, right? And I think I have to try and Thunder the Sylveon in case it doesn't go through. We're still asleep. We do get to go for Earthquake. They did not Quick Attack. There goes Sylveon. Are they going to try and Spore my Garchomp, and we're going to see exactly why I'm Safety Goggles? Because that'd be great. Are they going to Foul Play or something? Nope. No. They're going to Spore, and we are Safety Goggles. Sorry, friend. That's not how we do things here. We're going to single target Earthquake, no questions asked, and we're now going to Hurricane into the Amoonguss. We get 3 sleep turns, which is annoying, but there's the EQ. They just try to clear Smog. It's over for them. They can't pull it back. They don't have Foul Play. Foul Play was the one way they maybe could have done it, but they would have also had to bank on me missing a Hurricane here on the turn that I wake up. Battles are weird sometimes. Sometimes nobody does what they're supposed to do. Sometimes people, like, just, things work out and your opponent does weird things. I don't know if they forgot that they get a speed boost with Quiver Dance and this was their first battle with this team. It's just very, very weird behavior there. Very weird behavior. But I'm not mad about it. Good game to my opponent. We're up against Franco. This is another Trick Room heavy team here. Hard Trick Room potentially oncoming. Problem is this time they're banking on Follow Me. Gosh, yeah, that's pretty heavy. But they're also Sun, so I think I lead with these two again, like I did in that one battle. And we go Pelipper now to combat the rain. And Pelipper does a lot of good things against a lot of these Pokemon too, especially if we can stop Trick Room. And on top of that, we could Sucker Punch, although there's a lot of things stopping Sucker Punch, right? Yeah. I think it's Kilowattrel. I think it's Kilowattrel because we can Hurricane stuff. We can potentially Terra Ground a couple of things that might not be expecting it. And Assault Vest never hurts. Kilowattrel taking Assault Vest. Kilowattrel taking, like, Eruptions in the rain with Assault Vest, which is how ideally, obviously, I'm picturing it. Shouldn't be an issue at all. They go Farigiraf Hariyama. So yeah, they literally have to decide, am I willing to take rough skin damage from the fake out. It's totally possible that they're just like, yeah, whatever, I'll do it. But this is what we do just in case they don't. They take the rough skin. That's all right. I'd say Covert Cloak could be a really good option on Garchomp, but we watched my safety goggles do a lot, so I'm actually not going to make that claim. We activated their Citrus Berry on the Farigiraf. And they get their Fire Boost. Flame Boost. Flame Guts from their Flame Orb. I could Terra Brambleghast and go for a Power Whip here into the Hariyama and just go for a Dragon Claw now into the Farigiraf. This would help me resist a move from... Well, no, you know what? I already resist things. Hold on. I need to just Power Whip there and Dragon Claw there. The Terra, I was overthinking the Terra. I don't need to Terra. They're going to take more Rough Skim damage, which I'm not mad about at all. They're going to Shadow Ball my Ghost type. Okay, yeah. Terra Steel, Retrospect would have been great. But we don't die. We're living. And Brambleghast really flexing its attack stat without even the Tailwind boost. Without even the Wind Power boost. We're going to drop from the Life Orb, which might not be a bad thing here. Because they might now bring out their Torkoal. If I think they're going to, then I need to bring out Pelipper. It'd be great to bring out Pelipper right now. But I think I go Kilowattrel. And yeah, okay. So this guarantees that I can get Rain up, and it guarantees that they have to now. If I kill the Farigiraf, then they can't stop Rain ever from happening again. So what I do is... Oh gosh, what I do is I might Volt Switch off of the... Do I Volt Switch? No. I can Hurricane the Farigiraf and I switch Garchomp hard into Pelipper. Done. We're going to have to take a full power eruption here. But it's in the rain now, and we have the Assault Vest. This is literally what I was saying. I'm picturing it perfectly in my head. Assault Vest. Oh, Terra boosted. Okay, that wasn't part of it, but sure. Fire Terra boosted. Eruption. But through the rain and through an Assault Vest might not be enough. With whatever the Farigiraf does, however, it could be spooky. So let's just wait and see. Oh, that didn't even do half. I'm pretty happy with that. And there's a Hyper Voice. Also pretty happy with that. We get the Hurricane, and that stops them from being able to set Sun ever again. We also have Wide Guard on the Pelipper, which, again, maybe I'll just keep Wide Guard on there. Maybe I'll just keep Wide Guard on there for everybody. How many turns of Trick Room are left? 2. 2 are left. Okay. My instinct is to Hurricane, the Annihilate, and Wide Guard here. Crazy as it is. If I Wide Guard, they can only attack one of my 2 Pokemon now. I'm keeping Wide Guard on. I'm keeping Wide Guard on. You guys get wide guard. I haven't wanted to go for her or for Hydro Pump really a single time, and wide guard I've found a lot of use for all of a sudden, so. And they Rage Fist into the Pelipper, which was the wrong choice. Kilowattrel's going to get some stuff. Kilowattrel's going to have a showcase. Somehow under Trick Room it's going to get showcased, but I'm not mad about that. It gets the confusion on the Annihilate, too. Not bad. Not bad. Oh. And that was a Lumberry, so we actually don't get to showcase that. Okay. Here comes Garch. Now, Garchomp can protect. Kilowattrel cannot. So Kilowattrel will die here, and there's not a ton I can do about that, besides banking on the fact that they might not go for Eruption, and they might single-target Garchomp twice. Unfortunately, that seems to be the only way that we make it out of that. Yeah, because Terra-ing into Ground doesn't actually help me. I need to Terra Ground Garchomp on the next turn. So what I do here is, I think I just try and Thunder into the Torkoal slot. It's not going to do anything, and I protect my Garchomp. There's the Eruption. Let's see what the... I'm interested to see what the Annihilate wants to... Just what it wants to do. You know. Rage Fist. Okay. So... I do. I was for a second, I was like, do I not Terra because then I can also resist the oncoming fire move from Torkoal? But I think I just do this, because I do think there's a chance I just take out the Torkoal with a Terra-boosted Earthquake. And if they're clicking Eruption, which they shouldn't now, right? They should be clicking Heat Wave or whatever the other move is that they have. They shouldn't be going for Eruption. Because they're going to lose HP here, and they know it. Let's go, Garch. Big Earthquake. Big Earthquake. Come on, pal. Didn't quite kill the Torkoal. So let's see. They have Earth Power. Living on 4. Living on 4! Living on 4. Living on 4. Not bad. Kudos to my opponent for letting this play out. You know, I could totally whiff. I could go for Rock Slide or something stupid and miss. Wow. What was that game? Franco. So fun. Good game to my opponent. Hey, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you want to use this team, the rental code's right there. It's also in the description below, as is a PokePaste and a full team breakdown, so that you could even make the team for yourself and tweak a few things if you think there's 1 or 2 things you might like to see differently. You'll see that I kept the wide guard on the Pelipper. I really did. We would not have won that last game without it, so wide guard, Pelipper, you've convinced me. I oftentimes do iterations of teams that I really liked in the future where I just improve upon a thing or two. And so that's why I particularly like when people give little notes and things that they might like to see or things that might work a little bit better, because oftentimes I'll take those notes and I will incorporate them into the next build of the team further down the line. But this team was so much fun. We did not get to use the Petal Blizzard into the Wind Rider, unfortunately, but that's such a fun thing to do. And what I've kind of decided here is that I might end up making another video with this team. Next week is the last week of January before the new series starts. And making Series 1 teams when there's only a week of Series 1 left to share with people is something that I'm like, there's no real use in making new teams for that. So I think next week what I'll end up doing is like reusing some teams that I still have, or teams that maybe I've already deleted the rental code for, but maybe just want to make a video of just to bring it back before Series 1 rule set disappears forever. Guys, we're never going to have Series 1 again. We're never going to have just this exclusive collection of Pokemon again. So, you know, some Pokemon are going to disappear. Some Pokemon are going to, you know, come out. And some Pokemon will never have a chance again, like they have had in Series 1. So join me for that. I think I'll probably use this team again then, and maybe then we can get Petal Blizzard to work with Brambleghast. But we were able to see how well this team worked in that first game. And then, I mean, dear God, the Tailwind team won 2 Trick Room games after that. So what do you want? What do you want from me? Also, so happy to showcase Luminion in that first game, too. Dear God. Dear God. Thanks so much for watching, as always. Like, comment, and subscribe. Help the video reach more people. I'd appreciate that. And until next time, my name is Berm. See you later.